What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Joe Stock Smith channel. You know what we're back in. I know I've had so many people asking. It's been so long, but we're back in the 6.0. We're back in the 6.0 that 4 years ago I started my YouTube channel with, and we're finally driving it, but we've got some big problems. But like we usually do here on the channel, we're gonna fix those problems. And so we're gonna try to fix those problems permanently, because right now, if I get on the truck, this is kind of what it does. Yeah. I don't know if it really picked that up, but she absolutely gets down until you need to go out of third gear, and then, you know, the transmission doesn't really grab fifth. So the transmission is pretty much shot. It says that it's command in fifth right now, but it's literally not even in fifth. The transmission doesn't know what it's doing right now, okay? That's the facts here. But it's been so long since we drove this truck. I'm gonna roll the window down, and it's not like we can hurt the transmission anymore. So here we go. Watch this, boys. I'm gonna do half throttle. Oh God, yeah. The transmission loves it. It absolutely loves it, along with all the smoke. I'm not even gonna lie, guys. I've been dreading making this video, not because my transmission's out. I literally don't even care about that, really. But it's just been a while, but dude, it feels good to make some 6.0 content. I know I've been making some other content, and y'all have been asking me, bro, where is the 6.0? Well, the 6.0 is still in my possession. We've had some ups and downs with the entire build, you know, of the engine. But the engine itself, I think the engine itself is solid, and I think it's okay. So we're gonna go ahead, try to limp this thing back to the shop, pull it in the shop, and we're gonna talk about what we're about to do to the 6.0. Let's try to limp this thing back to the shop, and then we're gonna go over a few things. All right, guys, so we just now pulled the truck into the shop. So yeah, pretty much fifth gear in the transmission is no longer catching or grabbing that. So we're gonna go ahead and do something cool and fun and something that I've always wanted to do. We're gonna manual swap the truck. So that's gonna be the next pretty much series that's here on the channel. Now that the truck's back, the only issue is that it has one small little oil leak. We're thinking that it's coming from the high pressure oil pump cover. So we are gonna go ahead and replace the high pressure oil pump cover gasket. I've brake cleaned the entire engine, and that is the only place that it just barely drips from. So I'm thinking that it's the high pressure oil pump cover. So while we have the transmission out and the whole rear engine cover and all that stuff, of course it'll be getting a new rear main seal as well. Because on the manual trucks, you have to like replace like the whole rear engine cover pretty much. So we've got all of the plastic that goes like around the steering column. We've got the clutch pedal assembly, like the whole, everything that you need for the manual swap pretty much. The drive shaft, I'm 99% sure is the same. So we should be able to stick with our big aluminum drive shaft. Just to kind of update you on the state of the truck right now, this is a 4 1/4 inch lift. So in the front, it is at 4 1/4 inches. In the rear, it is stock leaf springs with a 4-inch block. It's still got the PMF traction bars. Those will be all, everything underneath it is going a new powder coat color for next truck show season. So what I'm gonna be doing is we're gonna be building the truck back, putting wheels and tires and all that stuff back on it, and returning to some truck shows next year. Except the truck will be pushing a lot more horsepower than it was last year. I don't know how much, so before you comment, I don't know. But we'll find out on the Blessed Performance dyno, I'm sure, at one of the truck shows. So moving on to the interior, I don't remember, 1,000 piece or 1,100 piece. I don't remember what this truck has. We done away with the big center console sub box to get us a spot ready for that manual swap. Factory lariat center console, just normal lariat seats. Still got the pretty cool steering wheel from AZA Auto, I think is what it was called. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. So underneath the hood, and yes, this will be getting painted the same color as the truck. I done that last year whenever I was trying to make it to rod run. Underneath the hood, as far as intercooler piping goes, we have everything no limit with the Riff Raff boots. I don't remember at this point, but Riff Raff boots, they haven't had any issues blowing off. In the shop is another channel here on YouTube. They're going to be sending us a 100 PSI map sensor, so then we'll be able to use the 100 PSI map sensor that they make. It's like a plug and play kit to where your map sensor and stuff and your boost gauge, like on your dash and on your SCT tuner, will read more than 30 PSI boost, because the factory map sensor won't read any more than 30 PSI, I reckon. We've still got the MacMan alternator on there. Still got the Mishimoto coolant filter kit. We're running a Turbo Time USA. This is their GXR7 non-VGT turbo. I want to say that it's either a S366 or a S369. I truly can't remember because I got it so long ago. But like I said, whenever we get that new map sensor and we get the manual swap done, we'll do some driving videos on that turbo and show you guys what that thing's capable of pushing. I do have an aluminum degas bottle, but I wanted to keep the black one in here because it's easy to see if the truck had blown head gaskets. Because when the truck was built the very first time, like 4.5 months ago, the head gaskets ended up going on the drive home, or they were already blown from the first startup. I really don't know. We ended up having to do some warranty work on one of the heads, and it's just been a big, long, drawn-out mess. Everything's back together now. Danny actually, from the guy that built the truck originally, he actually came down here to my shop, and me and him personally rebuilt the truck together, so that was pretty cool. I did take some videos of that, but I don't plan on making a video of that entirely. But yeah, it was pretty cool to get to rebuild the entire 6.0. Just me and Danny, and know that no other mechanics or anybody was going to be touching it, because that was kind of one of the issues that happened the first time around, along with having to warranty that head. So we're going to test out these heads now and see how they hold up this time. So far I've put 40, whatever was on the dash in this earlier video. That's how many miles I've put on it since we got it back together. I think it has like 40 something miles on it. So we don't want to be real hard on it just yet, but after we get this manual swap in, we can try to drive it a couple hundred miles, and then we can start doing some fun stuff with the truck. They're off of a 2017 King Ranch, I think, or maybe a Lariat, I don't even remember. But it's pretty cool. They're like the exact same color as the truck inside the windows. But yeah, so everything underneath that's green will no longer be green. I'm just going to go ahead and talk to you guys. You all deserve at least my plans. Over here, if y'all have been watching any of the older videos, we have a Sur-Ron electric bike. So I know everybody's going to be commenting, you know, with how much coal I'm rolling on my truck, why do I have an electric bike? Dude, this thing is a blast. So if you haven't watched any of my videos on this Sur-Ron electric bike, it's so sick. But anyway, this teal color is what we're going to be doing. So this teal color looks absolutely beautiful with the paint color that's on my truck. And so that's going to be the new color underneath the truck. And as far as wheels and tires go, I'm not sure on tires. Probably just going to run with some 33s. But as far as the wheels go, of course, we'll be rocking some JTX Forged. JTX Forged has been super good to me on the channel, and I've bought multiple sets of wheels for customers' trucks off of them, and they've always had such a great finish. So shout out Chris at JTX Forged. So as far as specs go, the truck has Warren 205-100 injectors. It has a XDP regulated fuel return. And then, like I said, it has I think it's a S366, but something that Turbo Time does to them, they actually end up pushing more boost than like a bone stock Borg-Warner S369. So it has pretty much, the S366 will give it better spooling and like driving characteristics, but then with whatever they modify on their turbos or whatever, it helps them up high. Apparently they still boost more than an S369 SXE. We've got 205-100s, S366 from it's the GXR7 from Turbo Time. XDP regulated return. We've got a stage 2 cam in the truck. Powerstroke products O-ringed heads. So hopefully we don't blow the head gaskets again. Powerstroke products head gaskets. We went with the Gator fasteners, I think is what it's called. And yeah, so pretty much the truck made it on 600 to 700 horsepower, however much it's pushing, like 250 miles. The transmission has 97,000 miles on it now. I guess it's the stock transmission. I really don't know. I bought the truck with 60,000 miles on it, or maybe it was 70,000 miles. I'm not even sure. But I've had the truck almost 4 years now, or maybe over 4 years. And yeah, that's gonna be all for today's video, guys. I just want to make a little update video. I hope that this filled your all's needs of not seeing my truck in a while, but there's really just not been, it's been a mess, okay? It's been an absolute mess. It's been very stressful. I've hated letting you guys down, not making videos about it all, but everything is starting to look up. New powder coat, new wheels, new transmission, manual swap. I think I've said that in this video. So that's gonna be our next YouTube video. So stay tuned for manual swapping my 6.0 Powerstroke here on the Just Locksmith YouTube channel. Always remember, everybody starts out as nobody, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Well, guys, let's get under here and figure out how to pull a transmission. Yes, sir.